Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're here, you probably saw my video on how we're talking about the former Try Guy in a way that's not necessarily respectful to his family and his former colleagues. But that is not what we are talking about today. Today, we are talking about how SNL has unfortunately chosen to pick the worst possible thread of criticism of the Try Guys from the internet. So, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'm not going to talk about the SNL skit in depth here because that is not what this video is about. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is not the video where you are going to learn about that. I know that there are fantastic creators who have chosen not to be toxic in the way that they've chosen to speak about just the facts and the updates of what's happening in terms of this company and their former both colleagues and employees. Moving past that, we're talking about how the SNL skit has chosen to perpetuate a really common thread in Try Guys criticism that's been happening for years. I actually started writing this video in 2021 in August when I came back to one of their videos that received a lot of negative criticism and really brought out a vitriolic portion of the internet that was clearly not from within the fandom. In the same way that unfortunately this scandal has brought out a lot of opinions, and that has brought on both a lot of negative and positive attention. SNL has chosen to take the side of people who believe that it's somehow weak or worthy of being made fun of to be emotionally vulnerable on camera. If you followed the Try Guys for a while, if you're not just new to this scandal, previous to this, one of the big talking points on the internet about the Try Guys in the negative light was talking about their lack of masculinity, their emotional vulnerability is some kind of a negative. As you can possibly tell, I am not of the mind that being emotionally vulnerable makes you in any way weak or less confident and capable in your capacity as a human being. And that is not an opinion that I gleaned from the writers behind this SNL skit. At the heart of the Try Guys' criticism on their lack of masculinity has been this idea that their portrayal on camera is something to be shameful. We should not feel emasculated by someone else's emotional maturity that we happen to see on camera. The Try Guys have never endorsed these hardline ideas of masculinity, and SNL seems to have chosen that as their punchline. There are criticisms of SNL and conspiracies that somehow the former Try Guy did have some kind of pull in the writer's room. That's all speculation at this point. I'm not interested in commenting on that, because regardless of whether or not he had any kind of pull in the writer's room, it is still an issue that SNL as a whole, not just the couple of people that he may have known in the writer's room, SNL as a whole wrote, produced, they created this piece and were okay with showing it to the world and truly believed that it was funny. But it is truly insulting that they chose to miss the mark this hard on an issue that has been this well written on the internet. Rather than deep diving into the Try Guys' decades-long history of hilarious moments and ridiculous characterization that they could have done, they chose to go for the most obvious joke with the least informed take that was possible. It feels surreal that they missed the mark that hard and leaned into what is potentially the most harmful take on this issue. And harmful might seem like a stretch, but this really is a harmful concept. The idea that mass media is capable of perpetuating the idea that this was not an issue of workplace misconduct, this was an issue of men being too into their feelings, is not only a dangerous and backwards idea, it's also completely unoriginal and not funny. What are you doing, SNL? The reason I'm making this video is because SNL had an opportunity that they blatantly missed, and the internet has fortunately been doing a great job at defending the Try Guys' very matured and measured response to this controversy, while SNL has chosen to dig a new underground tunnel in order to talk about this. And I know that I was expressing disappointment in the Try Guys community in my last video, and I don't feel that same level of disappointment in the way that we are talking about this right now. It's fantastic that we're choosing to call this out. I don't think that there's any acceptable excuse for SNL one of the most well-known names in media to have punched down on such a sensitive topic that they clearly did no research about. So it's been extremely relieving to see the internet call them out about it. I'm extremely relieved and really happy to see where the Try Guys go moving forward with this. And I appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks for watching. Dude, I started writing this video about the Anthony Fauci controversy like a year ago, what feels like 10 years ago. Little did I know